Ask, ask, and ask once again. What's up, 23% Nation? It's Coach D of the 23% Challenge. And guys, today we are going to talk more about how to help a choking victim. That's right. So, to everybody who's listening, to everyone who's watching, guys, I want to introduce you to part 4 of our video series, How to Help a Choking Victim. So, without any further delay, let's go ahead and jump right on in. Okay. So, if you've been following this great video series, ladies and gentlemen, you know that this is part 4. Now, what I would like to do is give you a very quick recap of the previous 3 videos and then a very quick introduction into part 4. So in part 1, we learned about a very unfortunate event that happened during the 23% challenge. Unfortunately, a man, we do not know all the details. For instance, we do not know his name, we do not know his age, we do not even know where he's from. But unfortunately, he did pass away due to the fact that he was eating a slice of pizza and ended up choking to death. In part 2, we talked about the definition for the word choking. In part 3, we talked about how to assess someone, whether they have a total or partial airway obstruction. And now for today's video, guys, it's all about asking. That's right, guys. So let's go ahead and talk more about the asking process. Get ready because this is going to be some great information. Okay, so step 2 is to ask. And the question is, are you choking? Okay, so that's all this step 2 is about. So guys, we have to ask. Now here's the thing. When you ask a person who appears to be choking, they will either respond to you yes or no. Now, in part 3, we learned that when there is a partial obstruction to the airflow, guys, the person can still speak. They can still breathe, meaning that air can still flow into and out of the body, which simply means that they can speak. So if the person says, no, I'm not choking, then we can go ahead and offer them a little more assistance. Now, if they say yes, technically they can't say yes because there's no airflow going in. So they will probably do the universal sign for choking, which once again looks like this. Okay? So the purpose of this video, guys, is to basically look at this from the perspective that the person is not choking. Once again, the aim of this particular video, part 4, is to let you know what to do when the person says that they are not choking. Now, if they are, that'll be covered in later videos. But once again, we're simply going to come from the perspective that the person is not choking, which simply means there is a partial obstruction to their airflow, which means that the chances are they will be able to respond. They will be able to say, no, I'm not choking. Okay? Okay. So if the person says, no, I'm not choking, or they simply nod their head, no, I'm not choking, then here are a few things that we should do in order to make sure that the person is a-okay. Number 1, you want to reassure the person that you are there and that they are not in any type of imminent danger. Okay? Also, chances are they will be coughing because once again, coughing is the body's natural defense mechanism in order to dislodge anything that is in the way of the trachea. So once again, we want to reassure the person that we are there just in case they need any type of help. Also, you want to encourage them to continue to cough because coughing is basically the body's way of dislodging whatever it is that is slightly blocking the trachea. Also, you want to monitor the situation because even though there is a partial obstruction, this could potentially lead to a total obstruction. So You basically want to hang around the person, make sure that they're coughing, reassure them that nothing's wrong, that they're going to be okay. But you also want to monitor. You want to make sure that the partial obstruction doesn't become a total obstruction. And last but not least, guys, and this is very important, for the person who is coughing, remember, there is a partial, not a total airflow blockage. So do not give them any back blows. Okay, guys, now I may be laughing to make light of the situation, but I've seen this all too often. People hitting each other on the backs just because they're coughing. Guys, honestly and truly, there's no reason to do that. So just because you see someone actually doing it doesn't necessarily make it right. So once again, if the person can acknowledge you and say, hey, I'm not choking, then there is absolutely no need for you to hit them on the back, or as it says here, no back blows. Okay, guys, we don't want to exacerbate the situation, or we can simply say we don't necessarily want to make it any worse. If anything, you just want to hang out, reassure the person, monitor the situation, and encourage them to continue coughing. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all that I have for you today. All right, so thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. Please subscribe, like the video, and as always, leave Coach D a comment, because we, meaning 23% Nation, we always want to know your thoughts and your ideas. Now, in order for you to write a comment, Coach D has a question for you today. Question of the day is, get ready for it, here it comes. Are back blows necessary for someone who is not choking? Okay, now I just gave you the answer. Hopefully you were listening. So here's the question once again. Are back blows necessary for someone who is not choking? All right, so let us know. Guys, this is Coach D of the 23% Challenge. That's all that I have for you today. Always be blessed and never forget, Coach D loves you. Take care, goodbye, and I'll see you back for part 5.